everybody. Welcome back to Skip's Tips. In our last tip, we took a look at the 4 of the cornerstones that go into playing your flute, your fife, your piccolo, or whistle. Those being air in, air out, finger up, finger down. Today, I'd like to concentrate a little bit on another critical factor, especially for playing transverse instruments, flute, fife, piccolo. That is your embouchure. We need to be in complete control of our embouchure if we want to be in complete control of our instrument. Now, moving forward today, we're just going to start from the point that you have in control, or at least a good understanding of the last tip about air in, air out, finger up, finger down. So now we're going to build on those a little bit. To build a good, strong embouchure, again, to deconstruct, to get down to the basic level of things, you want to work on those 3 tones that I just opened this video with. Those are called long tones. We've now eliminated playing music. We're not trying to play a tune. What we're trying to do is focus on developing the strength of the embouchure. And the best way to do that is forget about playing a tune and just focus on the critical factor of controlling our embouchure. We take in a good amount of air, blow that out, try to get rid of it. What you want to do is not worry so much about how long you're able to play the long tone, but what the tone actually is we're creating. Is it really good and strong and solid? Is it waving up and down a little bit? If it's waving up and down a little bit, you can see the embouchure is moving around, the jaw is moving around a little bit, the lips are moving around a little bit. That's going to be reflected in the sound that you get out of your instrument. So what you want to learn to do is make that really rock solid. Good way to do that, again, as I say, is with these long tones. Take in a good amount of air with our embouchure. If you look very closely how I'm playing, you see these back 2 corners are very tight and the middle is a bit open. We're sealing off our lips at the back here, but we're leaving the hole in the middle. The hole is how the air is coming out of our lungs, being pushed out by the diaphragm. If there's no hole in the middle, you're fighting against yourself trying to get air into the flute. So you need to leave that open space in the middle, and we want the middle to be not loose but flexible, because sometimes we're going to want that to be very tight in the center. Sometimes we're going to want that to be more open, depending on the octave that we're playing in and the particular note that we're playing. So take in a good breath of air, get into good playing position, not this kind of thing. Really blow that air out. Try to keep your jaw for the moment for this exercise. We want to keep everything fixed a little bit. Listen to the sound. Make sure you're hearing that good full sound. I really recommend, you see all the time I'm playing on G note right now. Half of the vents are closed, half of the vents are open. Your instrument is going to respond really, really well to this note, and you're going to be able to focus on keeping the embouchure tight and getting a good sound by taking in air first and blowing air out, focusing the embouchure then. Work on jumping octaves, starting again on the low G, pushing a little bit harder, making the embouchure a little bit tighter, jumping up to the 2nd octave note. Okay, so really focus on the tone you're getting, how solid that sound is as you're playing, and in the end, you're going to be able to play beautiful notes in control with a good full sound. So long tones, boring as heck to do, but they really are our friend because, again, we're teaching the brain what we want our body to do. We got to program the computer, put good information in there, write some good code, whatever the heck that means. I know it means something, but I don't know. And there you go. Long tones are our friend. Play them all the time. Now, when you do these, especially now for our beginner flute, fife, piccolo players, you're going to do this for a while. You've probably already noticed in your practicing, you can play for a little while and all of a sudden, everything's gone. That doesn't mean you're doing something wrong, and do not get frustrated. That means you have just done everything right. Just like if we go into a gym, into a fitness center, and let's say we're going to work on our biceps and we do a bunch of curls, one arm or two arm curls. Eventually you're going to get to muscle fatigue. That is just what happened here. Our lips have thousands of little micro muscles inside them, which controls how they move. As you exercise, what actually happens is if this is the muscle, it rips. When it regenerates, it reforms in layers. That's why when you work arms or legs or anything, the muscles get bigger. It's because layer on layer on layer of new muscle has been added. That's what's happening in your lips. These muscles are so teeny tiny, you're not going to develop huge lips, but you're going to develop much, much more power. The ability when you blow out stronger to hold the embouchure against all of that pressure that's coming out from the air. And you're going to be able to use your embouchure to regulate that airflow into your instrument. So play these long tones. Muscle fatigue is a good thing. That's a good sign. You've taken a good step forward to being a better flute, fife, piccolo player. That's it for our tip today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, please, as always, send me whatever you want to talk about in the comment section. Take care, and as always, go home and practice.